Hi, I wish everyone a very auspicious Saptami rather. I'm sorry, I'm confusing between Saptami and Ashtami. Yes, I'm very happy that today is Maha Saptami, but uh, I ran into an YouTube video. I ran into uh, one YouTube video that has made me very heartbroken, disappointed, disgusted, frustrated, angry, even in this on this very auspicious Mahasaptami. So, so before I get into that video, I would like to wish everyone and from different parts of the world, my different subscribers, my colleagues, my friends, my relatives, everyone, uh, uh, my mom, my dad, everyone, very happy. My wife, everyone, very happy, holy Mahasaptami. Now, why am I so pissed off even on Mahasaptami? Because of an incident that is happening in the campus of University of Toronto, Canada. And what is happening in the campus of University of Toronto, Canada, is that there a professor called Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson has raised his war cry against transgender people wanting to be called zim, zar, or in other pronouns instead of him and her. So let me make this very clear. If I think I am a man and you want to call me him, I'm fine with it. But if I think, in spite of the presence of something between my two legs, that is penis, in spite of the presence of penis between my two legs, in spite of my biological genitalia, which doesn't exist, between my two legs, if I want to be called a woman and thereby her, then I should have every right to be called her or she. Then he is Rajesh Subramanian. If you introduce, then it's fine if I think I am man. But if I identify my identity as a woman, and then if I would like to be called her, or like she is Rajesh Subramanian, and I have every right to be called her or she. This is exactly Jordan Peterson steps in. And what Peterson is saying that no, I mean, I want to protect, or we want to protect freedom of speech. And how do you protect freedom of speech? By exhibiting transphobia. So transphobia becomes a new patriarchal tool of protection of freedom of speech in the campus of University of Canada, in the campus of University of Toronto rather. So, and then there is a professor called Professor Peet, who is saying that every individual must and should have the right to decide the pronoun that she or he wants to be called by. I'll say this again very clearly. Every individual should, must, ought to have the minimum right to determine, to decide the exact pronoun that he or she wants to be identified with and called by. If I think I am a woman, I am a woman, irrespective of penis or vagina between my two legs. If a human body with vagina thinks she is a man, then she is a man. Our identity cannot be decided by the presence of penis between the two legs or by the presence of vagina between the two legs. You can be a man with penis between the two legs. You can be a woman with vagina between the two legs. Similarly, you can be a man with vagina between the two legs and a woman with penis between the two legs. If we don't understand this, then we are participating in patriarchy, and the form of patriarchy and the rubric of patriarchy is sort of generated through transphobia. So Jordan Peterson becomes the probably best example of transphobia, patriarchal transphobia. We have, along with Sheila Jeffries, German Greer, J.K. Rowling, and so many others. I mean, this is exactly what happened, and when we do not understand that the danger does not lie with symptomatic patriarchy. The danger lies in not understanding asymptomatic patriarchy, and Jordan Peterson's transphobia is a classic example of asymptomatic patriarchy. Now, I would like to read some of the comments that here in Australia we have this sorted. What is sorted in Australia? Whether to call a man by he or whether to call a woman by she. If I am Rajashubra Mondal, I am a man, do I have to be called by he and him? Is it necessary? Is it absolutely mandatory? Can you call me she? Can I ask you to call me her and she in spite of the penis between the two legs? So someone is saying, called here in Australia, we have this sorted. We call everyone mate. We call everyone mate, right? So mate is almost a sort of unisexual pronoun. Unisexual pronoun, and when we use persons or mate like unisexual pronoun, then what we are doing, we are not allowing ourselves to be trapped into the transphobia that Jordan Peterson is happily trapped into. So mate or like person, this brings to my mind about a left-wing NGO organization in UK called Snowball and called Stonewall. I'm sorry, called Stonewall. And what Stonewall is doing, Stonewall is creating an awareness amongst different persons and peoples in terms of not calling our parents mom and dad. So what Stonewall is instructing us, Stonewall is instructing the people of UK that let's not call our parents mom and dad. Let's not call our parents father and mother. Instead, let's call our parents the persons who have given birth to us. So, who is our father? Our father is a person who has given birth to me. My mother is a person who is a person who has given birth to me. So, instead of calling our parents mother and father, mom and dad, let's call them people or person who have given birth to us. So that's it. So, and why are they doing that? Because there are plenty of transgender couple who have started giving birth to kids. So if a trans man gives birth to children, then would he or she be called mom or dad? We don't know the answer. Then he may be a transgender man, but he will become pregnant and he will give birth to. So then transgender man becomes the mother. If a transgender woman has impregnated a transgender man, then the transgender woman becomes the father of the child. So the very nouns like father and mother or mom and dad are extremely homophobic, and even more the nouns like mom and dad, the nouns like mother and father are extremely transphobic nouns. Similarly, what Jordan Peterson needs to understand, particularly from Professor Peet, is that if mother and father are transphobic nouns, then he and she or him and her are also transphobic pronouns. Why? They are transphobic and thereby patriarchal because they are based on binary between gender. And what we are celebrating, thanks to the post-structuralist feminism, not the binary but the diversity, not the dualism but the pluralities. We are not celebrating binary, we are celebrating pluralities. We are not celebrating dualism, we are celebrating pluralicities. So if we celebrate plurality, if feminism and gender is not about binary but about pluralities, gender pluralities, then we should understand that mom and dad are transphobic nouns and him and her or she and he are transphobic pronouns. Okay, and the longer we continue to use the transphobic nouns like mom and dad, like son and daughter, the longer we continue to use the transphobic pronouns like him and her or she and he, the longer patriarchy becomes consolidated through transphobia. And that's why if Snowball is fighting against this, then what Snowball is doing, Snowball is exactly like Professor Peet is fighting against the transphobic professors like Peterson. But then Professor Peterson is not alone. There are far too many professors in far too many departments, in far too many colleges and universities who are teachers, who are professors, but extremely patriarchal in the sense that they are extremely transphobic because they still understand gender in terms of binary, not in terms of pluralities, and that's why they love to protect the freedom of speech through the transphobic pronouns like him, her, she and he, and through the transphobic nouns like mom and dad. And I would not going to linger this video anymore because it is Maha Saptami, and please enjoy your pendle hopping. But next time you call Ma Baba, mom and dad, Pita Mata, Bhai Bon, what you are doing, you are participating in patriarchy, you are participating in asymptomatic patriarchy through your participation in transphobic nouns. And every time you become this kind of internet celebrity Peterson, the way every time you love Jordan Peterson and the transphobic professors like Jordan Peterson of University of Canada, University of Canada, then what you are doing, you are also participating in asymptomatic patriarchy by participating in transphobic pronouns like she, he, him, her, etc. So if I am a man and I think I am a man, then I am a man and I have every right to be called by the pronoun that I choose, that I select. This is freedom of speech. And that's why Jordan Peterson probably is an addition to the new list of transphobia, along with Sheila Jeffries, J.K. Rowling, and the German Greer. And I find it extremely sad that such legendary, such famous, such highly qualified professors, when they participate in transphobia, through their participation of transphobic nouns like mom and dad, and through their participation in transphobic pronouns like him and her. So be careful about the nouns and pronouns that we use. At least I should have right to be called by the pronoun that I choose. I should have the right or agency to be called by the pronoun that I choose. This is transphobia when you decide my pronoun. This is transphobia when you decide my noun. This is transphobia when parents decide our names, our nouns and pronouns. So asymptomatic patriarchy basically functions through transphobic pronouns, remember Jordan Peterson, and through transphobic nouns, remember Snowball in UK, the brilliant left-wing NGO working tremendous intellectual activities to eradicate transphobia. We can hear the firecrackers burning outside, so it's time for me to go pandal hopping. See you soon. Tata, and enjoy your Shubha Maha Saptami. Thank you for tuning into this video. Love you all. Tata, see you soon.